Y'all probably been wondering where the hell I've been. G'day everybody, welcome back. No excuses, I'm not even gonna, I can't come up with a good one, so I won't insult you by trying to come up with a bad one. Okay, quick update. I've done nothing, and I apologise for that. I will get around to it. I'm going to get Billy's bike back. The last video that I did when I mounted the side covers, I titled that video Cover Up, and it was sort of a hidden meaning because that video was actually going to be about adjusting and balancing the carburetors, but I pulled the spark plug out, the number one spark plug out to screw my colour tune in, and I had a look at the plug and it was just black with oil. That motor's, I mean, it could just be valve guide seals, but reality is that it probably needs to come apart. I mean, lesson learned from day one, I knew in my gut that that was going to be the case, and I should have just bloody well did it. I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole. Anyway, I'm going to let him ride it. I mean, it's his bike, do what he wants with it, but he can go and ride it, and then when he gets the shits with it, burning so much oil, if he wants to bring it back, I'm happy to take it and pull the cylinder head off and see what we're looking at. But yeah, I'll give him his bike back and see what happens. I think he's coming down to Hobart in a week or so, and I'll try and have it in a position where I can sort of hand it back to him, just finish bolting everything back up. I think my Ducati might be doomed for a while. I was riding it to work last week, I think it was last week on Monday. I got about 100 metres from the house, turned around, went back and parked it in the garage and took basket case. It started making some very expensive and concerning noises. So yeah, I guess I'll investigate that when I've got a bit more money saved up. I need to, the cylinder heads had to come off it anyway. They're going to cost about $500 each roughly to sort out, new guides and cut the seats and do whatever they needed to do, but I think it might be a bit more expense involved now. I'm not going to say anything until I pull the motor apart and have a look at it, but that's coming. And as if that wasn't enough, or if I wasn't a big enough sucker for punishment, I got another XS 1100. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. It sort of fell into my lap. I couldn't say no because I'm an idiot. Sort of looked at it as if, well, in the lease I've got a few spare parts. The story behind it is that the guy who was riding it, he'd had an engine rebuild. The bores measure 2mm oversized, so it's been, you know, bored out basically to 2mm oversized pistons. Yeah, so essentially it's been machined out for bigger pistons, and it's now 2mm oversized. It's not a big bore kit. Anyway, the guy did that, and then he must have been running super lean on a piston or something, and on one cylinder or something, and he's melted a piston. That prompted him to pull the motor apart and strip the bike. That's nothing wrong with that. That's all well and good. Of course, he was going to try and rebuild it, but then life got in the way, and he ended up in a divorce situation, and the bike was being stored in a stable on a property, that his ex-wife had access to, and she didn't like where the bike was, so she shifted everything, and it ended up in a stable that leaked water, filled the crankcases full of water, and rusted the crap out of the gearbox and whatever else was exposed. There's a lot of fairly heavily corroded bits of kit in there. Now I've got probably enough bits and pieces to put a motor together, but do I want to do it? I don't know. We'll see, I think. It's also got very heavy pitting and corrosion on the stanchions. The frame itself's alright. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might just pull the things like the regulator rectifier, the crash bars, fuel tank, the starter motor, wiring loom, maybe try and rescue the second gear out of the transmission. See what we can make of all that and put it in up under the house as spares. Don't know. But if we do something with it, we're going to call it Farm Fresh. So this is a basket case, that'll be Farm Fresh. Anyway, it's been a few weeks since I've been on a ride other than a commute to work, so opportunity came up today. The sun is shining, even though it's quite cool. You wouldn't think so, I would say, looking at this video, but it's single digit cool. I'm going to go and enjoy it. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you next time on Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions. Bye for now.